Hello and welcome to my evaluation for question 1 on A2 Media, which is: in what ways does your media product use, develop or challenge forms of media? Now, I believe my media products have used, developed and challenged all forms of media for this, well, not all, but multiple forms, for my film trailer, film poster and magazine cover, and I will go into separate ones individually to give a better understanding. So I went on to film trailer. In the film trailer, I've made it the genre a crime/action hybrid. So I followed other types of crime/hybrid genres for trailers to see how they worked through normal codes conventions. And what we did was we looked at pacing, and we followed the coding conventions for pacing, which was slow at first, fast, then slow, then fast, then title, then release date. This was because the slower parts introduced character narrative and character. Faster was fight scenes to get the adrenaline pumping. Then slower was character introduction, again, not character development, and then fast fight scenes to get the adrenaline pumping again, and quick title change to see what it is, and you want to go see it after a while. So we followed this exact formula. So slow, fast, title, and release date. What we also followed was sound. Now this includes narrative, music and sound effects. The narrative we put in the slower parts of the film to give a better understanding for the character, and it wouldn't interfere with the fast fight scenes. Now this works with normal films as well, as it explains detail and depth of the story. For the sound effects, we added in more apparent sounds. Punching, gunshots were louder, so it would be more appealing to the audience when they see, oh, he actually connected with that looked real, I want to go see it. Again, with gunshots as well. Music, we were very inspired from the first game, Hotline Miami, for not only its gameplay but for its astounding soundtrack. We thought it was amazing. I thought it was amazing. So I started looking up similar sort of genre to this music, which was 80s synth but very rocky and fast paced. We found some, and we put it in the faster fight scenes, as it was more adrenaline rushed and it fit in with the type of scenes, as it was faster music, faster paced, and it just fit in well. Now what we also did was we added in eerie music to make, for the slower parts, to make the story sound a bit more distorted and just creepy, sort of not creepy as in just a bit more darker. So we followed kind of similar codes and conventions to other sort of genres to this, as they make it eerie, then faster music for the fights and so forth. What we also did was, with following the coded convention, was the trailer timeline. We mixed it up. We didn't make it follow the actual timeline of the movie or the game. This was because it made audience question what's going on and make them more attracted to go see it and be like, oh, this is good, instead of, oh, if they look at it all in the timeline, they know what will happen. Other trailers have done this as well. Multiple trailers have done this. Drive's done this. Con Air have done this. So we just used the same formula as that to make it look more attractive. Codes and conventions we challenged was the length of our trailer. We went for a full-length trailer, and normally full-length trailers are between 1 minute 30 seconds and 2 minutes 30 seconds. We did this because ours was 2 minutes and 50 seconds, and this was because we had more narration just to fill in, to give the target audience a bit more story, but also make them question what's going on. And it was only a couple seconds more, so that's okay. We think it's okay. Another thing was the look of the film. We decided to give it an 80s look, so line graphs on the screen make it look 80s. This was because the game was set in 1989, which was where VCR, VHS tapes were still massively used, so we thought this was a nice solid connection to make this look like this. And not only does it fill in the niche audience's appeal, but it also fills in an older audience. They'd be more attractive if they remembered the 80s and they were like, oh, looks cool. Another thing we added, or challenged even, was the main character. You never see his face, which is very, very unlikely for any other big movie. This was because you never see the character's face in the game, and we think it created suspense for the audience to see in their mind, who is that, why is he like this, who is he going to influence in the story, and how does this impact. So I feel like that was quite good, and it would make a larger interest for the audiences. Now we move on to film posters. For the film poster, I made a theatrical film poster, which meant no release date on the poster, just the artwork and producers' names, actors' names, and the company's logos. And we followed this through with all of this. But what I also did for the artwork was there were multiple characters in the trailer, and they all impacted Jacket quite strongly. So I felt like they needed to be in the poster as well to show that they have some relative importance. But what I did was I made the main protagonist Jacket at the front in the largest, his whole body shown to show that he is the main protagonist as he is leaning at the front, which is normal for conventions of posters like this, as normally if they had multiple characters they would have the main character either at the middle or at the front in the middle of the poster to show that he is the main character. What I also did, following codes and conventions for that, is the text as well. I made the text very similar for production names, actors' names, all that, with actors' names smaller and the names of the actors big, as well as production names and all that, following along with the logos at the bottom, following the same, so it looked more like an authentic poster. What I challenged was the title of the poster. Now, how I did this was I put the title at the top and normally titles at the bottom of this poster. The reason for this is there's a lot of space at the top of my poster, so it made it look more filling, and it actually gave me a chance to put in a tagline, so it made audience look at it more, made it look more appealing, and also they could get an understanding from the poster and see if they want to see the film, be more attracted. Finally, we go into magazine cover. Now, for my magazine cover, I had chosen Little White Lies for my magazine, as my film isn't a high-end budget, it's medium budget, and the magazine normally goes for these sort of films, so more independent films made. This magazine also challenges codes and conventions towards normal magazines, as they don't use text, much text on their font on the front cover. What they do is they have the title name of, or title movie of the cover with the painting, so you look at it as a more of a visual look other than oh look, there's all of this inside here. It would make you more interested in that movie, which is what I liked, because it meant I could improve upon my creativity on this. What I also liked was the masthead. It was over the top instead of behind, which meant you can see what magazine this was, and include the issue number, the barcode, and the price tag on all of the masthead, which was quite nice, and just made it look easy and nice for space. So I followed all of that conventions for the magazine. So the barcode being in the masthead, the masthead being over the painting, has to be a painting style, and include the movie title in the film next to the character or below the character. And I followed all that. The thing I challenged in the on the magazine was the character himself. Normally they do self-portraits of the character showing their face or facial expressions, and I couldn't do this because my character was wearing a mask. The reason for this is because in the picture he's looking very bloody, so he's killed some people, and the mask symbolizes when he puts it on he is a different person, and also he uses animal masks as they have an instinct to kill, so he doesn't feel guilt when he kills these characters, to show that he is truly crazy and a psychopath for the inspiration of the film. And I think that looks more attractive than just showing his face, and that, so that's why I did that. And that's all for my evaluation question.